Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Session 5. Sorry about the delay getting in the air. I see a few of you out there. We should be live now. Hopefully you can hear and see us. YouTube decided to put me through a very rigorous verification of identity, so I guess it's the times we live in. I randomly had like three different verification methods and put me through the paces, if you would. All right, we're going to get started shortly. I have a couple little cleanups to do. As you can see on the scoreboard, we're starting with event 39. I know the scoreboard's a little chopped off on the bottom right. I'm trying to fix that right now. Give me 1 second. We'll get that cleaned up. Why didn't that work? Oh, that's not right. Hold on, folks. That's what we want to change here. There we go. All right, so bottom. All right, hopefully you see the whole scoreboard now. We'll get that. Should see lanes 2 through 5. I need to get an updated heat sheet, and we'll get ready to roll. Now, if somebody could verify in the chat, if you could, if you're on your phone or computer, just put a C or hear you okay or a like. I see one already. Appreciate that. This is Session 5. All the information for this, the whole meet, is available in Meet Mobile, which is an app you could download for your phone or tablet. The names you see is Heat 1 of this Event 39 200-yard freestyle for the 10 and unders. If you do see some flickering, that is on my side. I'm trying to figure out why one of the video feeds is a little... All right, it is 8:07. They had slated an 8:10 start. We've been very good getting off on time. What's going on here, folks? What is going on? Test 2 test. Test 2. All right. Everything seems okay on my side. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay. Again, we're starting event 39, heat 1 of 6, about to go. That would be the first swimmers. You see those names top right. If you're new to watching our coverage, top right, I will put, that doesn't work very well. I will put the names of the swimmers in the next race, okay? And sometimes that'll be the next heat, sometimes, or that'll be the first heat of the next race, or it'll be the next heat. So in this case, we have 6 heats. That names you see up there are the swimmers in the first heat, and then when that gets started, that heat, I'll update those to the swimmers in the second heat. All right. So at the start, As a little aid for all the viewers out there, I will put the names. Oh, that's funny. That moved a little. And the lanes here on the screen, along with the team logos. Okay, so in this case, this first race, heat 1 of 6. Sorry, folks, still getting moving here. Lanes 1 and 6 are open. As you see, no names. Okay. And that is common, just based on, all right, calling out the swimmers to step up. Here we go. 200 freestyle, 10 and under, event 39, heat 1. Top right now are the heat 2 names. We are underway. Again, this is event 39, the first event here in this session 5. So we had Friday night, we had the distance, we had 3 sessions yesterday. That gives us 4 sessions, and here we are with session 5. All right, this being a 200 freestyle, it's going to be 8 lengths of the pool. It's a 25-yard pool. All starts will occur on the right-hand side, and all splits are on the right-hand side. There are only timing pads on the right side. So as the swimmers come in here, that is lane 4, lane 1, top of your screen, lane 6 at the bottom. All right, so the swimmers in the pool right now. Lane 2, Miwa. Lane 3, Ellie. Lane 4, Vera. And lane 5, Nicole. All right, so we'll stay in this wide view. Lead swimmer, left-hand side. That is lane 4. That is Vera. All right, again, folks, the chat is open. Feel free to put a question or comment in there. I'll try and keep an eye on that. All right, so we're coming back. This is a 100-yard split, the halfway mark of this event. 4 lengths done, 4 to go. All right, and lane 5 is now turned. See lane 2 making her way left to right. She'll be on the right-hand side. That'll be a 100 split for her. So if you're just joining us, this is, this is our first event, first heat. So we started with event 39 this morning. This is session 5, live from Westfield YMCA. So this session starts with event 39. Odd numbers will be all the girls' events. Even numbers will be the boys. And we're going to event 50. Again, all this information is available on Meet Mobile. Download that to your phone or tablet. Search for Devilfish, and you'll see the results there. All right, and a finish there in lane 4. That's Vera. Vera goes 3:34 there. Awesome time. She came in on a 4:20. So that's 40-plus second drop. Nice job. Oh. All right, lane 3. This saw the volunteers behind the block. saying she was done at that point. Lane 3, Ellie turned on her way back. Ellie's going to get a little extra miles in, or yards, we should say. All right, and there's lane 5 completing. That's Nicole. All right, so at the far end, you see the coach behind the block. Didn't catch her. Oh, there we got her. All right. Good job. All right. Ellie swam a 2:25, gets a round of applause. And she's going to go back versus getting, let's hop out. All right. Nice job, Ellie. So here's Ellie coming back to the wall to hop out. And lane 2 is Miwa. And she finishes. All right, so those dashes on the scoreboard, I'll explain that a little bit later. Here we have our Heat 2 entries, Heat 2 of 6, lanes 1 through 5. All right, so the official said stand. So either somebody... We are underway. So a couple things. So the official saying stand was he observed somebody either not set or somebody was moving, which could be a distraction to another swimmer. So as opposed to starting the race, he chose to tell them to stand. So that's just a note. Any other things like that I'll try and highlight and describe. But on the scoreboard you saw in the last race there was dashes. So again, if I'm over repeating or you've heard me say this before, I apologize, but every time we kind of have a new meet, we have some new viewers, so I like to explain that. And I'll explain that in a minute. Let's talk about who's in the pool here. Heat 2, lane 1, Beatrice, top of your screen. Lane 1, Beatrice. Lane 2, Violet. Lane 3, Charlotte. Lane 4, Victoria. And lane 5, Neher. All right, again, lane 1, top of your screen. Lane 6 at the bottom. These empty lanes just is a pure math thing. There's 6 lanes of swimmers. Depending on the number of entries, they get allocated out. The fastest 6 is the last heat, and then it works backwards. So you have these remainders, and that balances out the empty slots here. Okay, again, lane 1, top of your screen. That's lane 3. Charlotte making her way left to right. All right. Added a few extra cameras. We'll try and play with different views today. Hopefully, the intent is to be able to see swimmers' faces at different points. Obviously, in the freestyle, very hard to see the swimmers' faces. Over time, as you watch swimmers, you'll be able to recognize their stroke just visually. But also, that's my intent of putting the names at the start so you can align visually where the swimmers are to the lanes. All right, so those dashes we saw on the timing system, there's 2 different ways the timing system recognizes a finish. One is the actual pad that's in the wall. Okay, so there's what's known as a touch pad. So as the swimmer comes in, they put pressure on it and it registers a signal back to the timing system to say that the swimmer is touching the pad. And the other aspect is the parent volunteers behind have a button or a plunger, much like a Jeopardy button, that at the finish they push that. So on that last race, the timing system recognized the button, that plunger, the backup timer. Again, things have multiple names. So it recognized that before it recognized the actual touch on the wall. Now with the younger kids, as they come into the wall, they don't put as much pressure, obviously, as the older kids, so sometimes the touch doesn't recognize. So that's that. It's not a DQ in any way, it's just a visual representation that a time was registered. Okay, and then if you see the dashes go back to a time, at that point the timing system recognized that the swimmer pushed against the pad. All right? Hopefully that it helps. This is Heat 2 in the pool. We're Heat 2 of 6. Okay, there you go. There's a finish for Charlotte Carey there. Came in on a 3:35 flat. Maybe an estimated time just because 0.00. She went 3:10.73. Nice job. Okay, that was heat number 2. Here are our entries for heat 3. Now we have all 6 lanes filled. Lane 1, top of your screen. Names for heat 4, top right. Underway. Okay. So as we move along heat to heat, we're going to have lower seed times or faster swimmers. And that is the way this seeding is structured. And then the other aspect to it, lane 3 of the 6 swimmers will have the lowest seed time, and then it fans out from there. 3 to 4, 2, 5, 1, 6. In this heat number 3, lane 1, Layla, lane 2, Juliet, lane 3, Zoe, lane 4, Alicia, lane 5, Natalie, and lane 6, Ruani. Again, lane 1, top of your screen. This is heat 3 in the pool. We're at 100. Oh, are we done? No, 150. So a good indication, here's a little tidbit. So as you see the timing volunteers behind, as they stand behind the platform, it's a good indication that the swimmer is not finishing. Good practice when you're doing that timing is that you lean over and look down the wall. Hopefully as we return for the finish on this next one, hopefully they were all instructed properly to do that. So again, just a little coaching. Another coaching tidbit is that behind the blocks, those volunteers have a clipboard of all the names of the swimmers. So now you see all the volunteers coming forward to look down the wall and to get an accurate time when they touch. The other tidbit, so behind the blocks, they have you see the gentleman bottom right of your screen with the clipboard with the names. So they're writing down the times off the stopwatches that they have as a means of a backup time. But the other part, they have the names of all the swimmers, and really what you're taught is when the swimmer walks up, you don't say, "Is your name Billy Smith?" You say, "What's your name?" Because a lot of times swimmers might be in the wrong lane, and you don't want to kind of, if you would, lead the witness. Here we go with heat 4 because, with the cap on and potentially water in your ears. Okay, again, we had a stand call.
Take your marks.
Underway. Heat number 4 in the pool. Top right will have the names for heat 5. In the pool, lane 1, Alexis, lane 2, Evelyn, lane 3, Sabrina, lane 4, Caroline, 5, Cammie, and 6 is Greta. Alexis in lane 1, first to turn at the 50. Oh, shucks. Bottom center, folks, ignore that. That's not accurate. I should have a menu of events. I'll get that updated. We are swimming event 39 right now. Just realized that was a leftover from last night. All right, this is a 100 turn. Some scoreboards do display lengths complete for the lead swimmer. So it's basically, if you think of that scoreboard on the top left, it's basically a PowerPoint slide where you can place different data points and so on. So different locations customize it accordingly. Just Westfield chooses not to display that lead lap data point. So I'll try and keep you updated. In the 200, you got to look at you can do the math in your head. So we're seeing Alexis in lane 1 here, splitting 43. So you can extrapolate that out. Ideally, when the swimmers get older, it's kind of a cheat sheet or cheat code. A lot of swimmers older can swim 30 or under 30 seconds in a 50 free. So a 200 like this would take 2 minutes. Obviously, very good high school swimmers can get down into the 150s and so on, but you can kind of do that. It's a lot easier to track when they're swimming closer to 30 than. All right, we're coming into a finish. As you see, the volunteers leaning forward. Nice job. Here's Alexis coming into the wall, dropping a bunch of time. Alexis came in on a 3:16.47. She just went 2:42.69. Second to the wall is Veltri. Caroline dropping time, dropping 23 seconds, almost 24, call it. Caroline went 2:50 on a 3:13.98. Great job. Next heat, this is heat 5. We have 6 total heats. The names you'll see top right are the final heat swimmers. Okay. And as you can see now, we're dropping sub 3 minutes in our seed times for that final heat. So again, kind of those little boundaries, I mentioned it yesterday, dropping under 3 minutes is not necessarily a qualifying time, but for, swimming, it's a lot of mental, and if you can get below certain levels, it's a win. And for the coaches, set that as a season or a meet objective, and if you get it, obviously very proud of yourself for putting in the effort. So I'm not buying, but somebody that breaks 3 minutes today, maybe that should be ice cream or something. Just saying. Mr. Veltri out there. All right, here we are. That is lane 4 turning silk. So in the pool here with heat 5, lane 1, top of your screen, is Logan. Lane 2, Panina. 3, Hannah. Lane 4, Kate. Lane 5 is Carolina, depending, sorry. And lane 6, Catherine. All right, that's our lead swimmer there. All right, so now you see on the boards her split time, 1:18.4. Last time she came to the wall, didn't register this touch on the pad. So that's why we're getting a split there. Now, up in the control room, they should recognize that and then adjust accordingly, just to say that this is now her 100 completed, not just a 50, because the scoring system just works on this 200 should register 4 total touches on the right-hand side to know that the swimmer's completed it and when to stop the time and to post it as a finish. Again, this is heat 5 of 6, and then looking forward, we have 3 heats on the boys' side. Okay, we'll take a look up top. Lane 1 is turning. That is Logan. Lane 2's turning Penina. And then the 5 and 6 towards the bottom of your screen. All right, we'll take you wide here. Lane 4, Kate Silk making her way left to right. She came in on a 3:00.07. We'll give you this view. Kate coming into the wall. Nice job. There are a couple other swimmers coming in. Kate goes 2:43. Again, she came in on a 3:00.07. Nice improvement, 16 and change. Okay, that's heat 5 complete. Here we go with our heat 6 swimmers. And the names that you're going to see in a few seconds on the top right are the boys for their first heat. Underway. Here we are with our final heat. In the pool, lane 1, Leah, 2 is Summer, 3, Kaylee, 4, Sarah, 5, Sophia, and 6, Savannah. All right, this is a 50 split. So I mentioned it yesterday. This kind of formation, you refer to it as a chevron or, arrowhead. And that's a reflection of the seeding with lane 3 having the lowest seed time. This is what you'll traditionally see, middle of the pool, kind of building that kind of arrow or chevron shape. Now, it doesn't always hold. Sometimes swimmers, their seed time might not reflect what they're swimming at a particular time. Somebody's not having a good day. Or the inverse, somebody's having a great day on the outside, and then that'll kind of skew that. And I'll try and, talk about that. We refer to that as outside smoke. It's kind of this lingo for when a lane 1 or lane 6 swimmer is leading or winning a race, because obviously they're coming in with a slower seed time. And if you would, that is kind of an upset. Again, you can't critique each swimmer each day. Everybody's different. It's much like, obviously you have good days and bad days at work, and me too. I had a rough start today, so there you go. All right. That is Kaylee in lane 3. We'll take a look at her turn, kind of zoomed in a little here. You see the teammates there cheering on Kaylee there at the far end. All right, we have a finish coming up, lane 3. All right, lane 3 goes 2:43, lane 2, 2:46. So Kaylee in 3 came in on a 2:49.47, dropping 6+. 2:46, big drop, 7 and change for Summer in 2. 2:50, couple seconds for Sarah in 4. Nice job, ladies. 2:58, 2:59. Safe to say, everybody improved time there. 8-6. Nice job. This is heat 1 of 3 for the men's, boys. Go Benji. Benjamin in lane 2. Lane 3 is Matthew, and lane 4, Grayson. Names top right are the heat 2 of 3 swimmers. Oop, a little slow on the cameras there, folks. All right, let's keep an eye here. The 2 through 4 are left to right in this view. All right, DLN, I see your comment. Appreciate you put the time into these broadcasts. I appreciate that comment, and I enjoy it. It's kind of started out as a side project when my kids were swimming. My youngest is a senior in college now, so not swimming anymore, but when you're an empty nester, you find a lot of free time. I'll tell the young swim parents that eventually it all pays off in the end. So this is heat 1 of 3. The other thing in Meet Mobile, what you can look at is the estimated times for all the events to start. This is just the morning session. We're back for a middle day session with the 11-12s. And then I don't think anybody's sure. All right. So unfortunately, as 9 and 10-year-olds, a little hard to keep track of the laps. Now, if you're not familiar, there are counting placards used at the 500. So the 500 is 20 lengths of the pool. So you go down and back 20 or 10 down 20 lengths, down and back 10 times. Depends how you verbalize that. But at the 200, the 8 lengths, they do not use that. And obviously, when you're younger, a little hard to keep focus and count. So, unfortunately, there was a little pause. Now, nobody should be DQ'd in the freestyle. You're pretty lenient with what you can do. If this was a different stroke discipline, they might be DQ'd for hanging on the wall. This is Heat 2 swimmers. Names for Heat 3, top right of your screen. So in the pool for Heat 2, lane 1. I'm reading the wrong ones here. Heat 2, lane 1, Max. Lane 2, Bradley. Lane 3, Nick. Lane 4, Timo. Lane 5, Mateo. And lane 6, Jasper. All right, so this is the 100 turn, 4 lengths complete. All right, we'll be at 150 here on the left hand, or 125, pardon me, folks. 125 left hand side. All right, we'll swing it all the way back. This is 150. That is lane 5, Mateo, followed by 4, Timo, and 3, Nick. It's a 150 complete. So on the scoreboard, I don't know if I explained it, but the rightmost column is the running time or cumulative time for that particular swimmer. The second column from the right, the split, is for that previous 50. All right, and you'll see it go into that pause mode for about 15 seconds. In Colorado timing system, that's known as the lockout. So at that point, it's kind of said that we recognized a touch. There you go, 242. And it won't recognize additional touches, and I'll explain that more later when we get into different races. But 242 for Mateo, came in on a 310. So again, I think he qualifies for ice cream. And also 246 for lane 4, Timo, also breaking the 3-minute boundary. And lane 3, Nick, came in on a 3:00:29, just went 254, nice improvement. 3:07 up top for Max, came in on a 3:15, nice improvement. All right, that was Heat 2. Here we go with Heat 3. Names you're going to see on the top right are the 50 backstroke first heat for the girls. That'll get updated in a couple seconds. In this Heat 3 in the pool, lane 1, Benjamin, 2, Will, 3, James, 4, Henry, 5 is William, and 6, Anthony. And here we are, turning at 50 yards. Sorry, folks, a little slow here getting back to the start end. Should be 150 at this point, 2 lengths to go as the swimmers turn simultaneously. All right, lane 5 is William, closest to us, left-hand side. More towards the center of the pool is Henry in 4. They'll have 25 to go at this point. Now, in a sense, they're not racing head-to-head. Yes, there are points for the finish order and so on. It's not about winning or coming in second. More for the swimmers, it's about improving their time such that, we get a gauge on where they are in the season and progression. All right, low time goes to lane 4, 2:28. He goes sub 2:30. Nice job, Henry. 2:29 also going sub 2:30, lane 5, William. Great job, 2:36 for lane 3, James, dropping about 5 seconds off a already impressive 2:41. Nice job. All right, lane 6, halfway left. Bottom of your screen, lane 6 coming into finish. All right, so that's going to wrap up event number 40. We're going to move on to 41, 50-yard backstroke. So Up to this point, we've been doing what's known as overhead starts, where the swimmers stay in the pool with the backstroke. Obviously, can't do that, so they'll have the swimmers clear the pool, and the ladies will have the lane all to themselves. Again, this is heat 1 of 13. Names for heat 2, top right. Here in heat 1, lane 1, Elizabeth, 2, May, 3, Ella, 4 is Rihanna, 5, Annie, and 6, Miwa. All right, this is a 50, so we're coming into the finish here. Lane 5 goes low. Now again, we're going to see a lot of those dashes just because either the swimmer hits the top of the pad, top of the wall, or doesn't hit center. So that pad doesn't, it covers majority of the lane, doesn't cover 100%. Now, it's the judge's responsibility to determine if it's a valid finish. The parent volunteers behind just recognize when first part of the body hits the wall.
Take your marks. Relax.
All right. All right, so the official said relax that case. Obviously, it's not a stand when you're in the backstroke. Underway with our Heat 2. Names for Heat 3, top right. In the pool for this Heat 2, lane 1, Miranda. I'm going to just read without saying lane, very repetitive, but 1 is Miranda. Then we have Lily, Mary, Lillian. Lillian's in 4. And then Charlotte, Ariella. Again, this is Heat 2 of 13. All right, coming into a finish. That's lane 2 and then lane 1, top of your screen. Looks like Lily goes low. Awesome, 49-ish. And I say ish because with the dashes up there, we want that 53. She was better than that. Nice job dropping off a 102. Everybody, majority, all 5 out of 6 drop under 1. All came in on 102s. Nice job, ladies. This is Heat 3. Names for 4, top right. Here in Heat 3, lane 1 is Lena, and then Aslyn and Annalise. Lane 4, Devin, Samantha, and Tanya, 4, 5, 6.
Take your marks.
All right, coming into the finish, lane 2 looks to go low here. That is Aslyn, 43.15. Nice drop. So all the seeds in this heat were 100, so assuming all estimated times by the coaches, just if the swimmers never swum this particular event before. All right, here we go. Next heat. Oh, shucks, folks. There we go. This is heat 4. Names for 5, top right. Here in heat 4, lane 1, Mabel, Barbara, Victoria. Lane 4, Leanna, Audrey, and Beatrice. We are underway with heat 4. All right, looks like lane 5's going to go low here in heat 4. That's Audrey. Came in on a 56.63. Nice drop. 13 plus. A lot of 40s. Nice job, ladies. Way to swim. That was heat 4. Names for 5. Just confirming. Here we go. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. Lane 4 coming into the finish here. Good job. This is heat 5. Top right, names for 6. Here in 5, we have Violet, Nora, Grace, Nini, Adela, Adalyn, and Leah.
Take your marks.
5 in the pool, names for 6, top right. We have 13 heats for the ladies, 7 heats for the boys will be event 42. Keep an eye, bottom of your screen, lane 6. Getting support from the lifeguard there in the chair. Everybody's here supporting. Nice job. Good. All right, so center your screen, lady in the white shirt. See the hand raised. I was not going to say anything because I said something about it yesterday, and then as soon as I said, we'll see, an official raise their hand to indicate an infraction, it happened. So I didn't say anything. It happened before I said something, so can't blame the commentator on this one. This is heat 6. So the officials always consult with another official on the infraction, and then they'll write it down, document it, and then it goes to the head official for review. So good checks and balances put in place for that.
Take your marks.
Heat 6. Lane 1 is Dylan, top of your screen. Then Isla, Charlotte, Grace, Logan, and Elizabeth, top to bottom, 1 through 6. Real quick, want to put this up for everybody watching from home. This is what you missed this morning, not getting up and driving to Westfield YMCA, bottom left of your screen. That was the sunrise. If anybody wants to put in the chat what highway that is, should be pretty evident. We'll shut that off and we'll catch the finish here. So a few of the teams coming from distance might have seen that same thing. Kids and parents coming on their way. Close one here. That is lane 4, lane 6. Lane 6 goes low, 43.96. Elizabeth dropping 9, 8 and 3/4 off of 52.47. Great job, Elizabeth. Let's get the names updated for the next one. That was heat 6.
Next heat,
This is Heat 7. All right, for all the trivia people here, I'll show you again. If you can figure out what road that is.
Take your marks.
Underway. Heat 7 in the pool. Names for 8 updated top right. In the pool for this Heat 7. Lane 1, Amelia. 2, Avisa, Olivia, Mackenzie, Charlotte, and Emma. All right, into the finish here. Keep an eye on lane 1, top of your screen. Amelia. She goes low time, a little bit better than the 46.98. Again, just because the initial was the backup timer and then registered her touch. So they'll refer to that backup time plus the stopwatch time. All right, so you hear the coaches saying, ask for your times. Again, because when the board doesn't get a clean touch, the coaches want to understand those times. Again, that should be reflected later on within the final results, because those stopwatch times are written down and then sent up to the office. Here we go, Heat 8.
Take your marks.
Oh, sorry, I didn't put on the names. I'll let the ladies get out of the way and then I'll flash. Here's the names. Again, just for reference, I'm sorry about that. This is 8 in the pool. Names for 9, top right. Here in the pool, lane 1 is Lucy. Then we have Hannah, Nayla, Layla, Maya, and Clara. Maya in 5, looks to go low here. Came in on a 49.84, nice drop. It's almost 6 seconds. Great job. That was Heat 8. Here we go with 9.
7, ladies.
9 of 13. Names for 10, top right. All right, so you see the gentleman, red shirt, holding his clipboard above the block there for lane 5. Again, just little tidbits, little coaching for people doing that volunteer function. That is to indicate to the official at the top of the screen, the 3 white shirts are the start officials, that that swimmer is not, not ready, not attending, or was scratched, such that when they look down, they see that, they understand that we don't need to wait for that particular swimmer. Okay. And if any, experienced swim parents out there, if you have older kids and you've kind of been through the rigors of meets and so on, have any other suggestions, put it in the chat. It's always good to help out younger parents to get accustomed to things. Like any sport, it takes a little learning curve and then you get into it. So lane 2, low time here. Oh, lane 6, tight. 42.09, 42.28. Lane 2. Alicia goes low, dropping about 5.4.
Let's go, Susan!
Here we go, Heat 10. Names are 11, top right.
Take your marks.
Here with Heat 10, Addison, Susie, Vicky, Julietta, Madeline, and Ronnie. That is 1 through 6. Pretty even across the board here for the ladies in this Heat 10. Lane 3 looks to go low, 43.26 for Vicky. That's a 2.2 drop. Nice job. 2.26. Sometimes math's easy, so she came in on a 45.52. This is Heat 11. I appreciate when the swimmers make math easy.
Take your marks.
Underway. 11's in the pool. Names for 12. Top right. In the pool, Zara, Chloe, Catherine, Madeline, Eleanor, and Greta. Lifeguard very enthusiastic today. Appreciate his energy, cheering on the swimmers. Looks like lane 3's going low here in this Heat 11. That is Catherine. Oh, maybe lane 6. Maybe it just wasn't a clean touch for Catherine, but lane 6 on the board, 40.02 for Greta. That's a 4.6 drop, 4.61. This is Heat 12. So we're about 6 weeks into the seasons for most of these teams. Kind of, coming off the summer. Some of these swimmers swam either, summer league or club, different levels of commitment for everybody. But onto the winter program on these teams. As I understand, most of them are about 6 weeks in. Here with Heat 12. Names for 13, top right. In the pool, though, Bridget, Zoe, Kara, Gwen, Natalie, and Bibi. All right, middle of the pool, lane 4, lane 3. Lane 4 goes low. That's Gwen, 39.91, dropping over 3 seconds on a 43.23. Great improvement into the 30s for Gwen. This is final heat. Again, just for reference, so lane 3 has the low seed, 36.23, and then 4, you can see 36.54. And then it'll increase out to lane 2, lane 5, lane 1, lane 6. Final heat for the ladies. First heat for the boys, top right of your screen. In the pool here, though, we have Leah, Sophia, Kaylee, Sarah Gobe, Sarah Los, and then Penelope. We're going out fast. That's Kaylee in 3, Sarah in 4. Both came in low 36s. Awesome swim, ladies. We're going 34s, 34.74, 35.25. Kaylee goes low. Nice effort. Great job, ladies. Okay, again, that was final heat. Moving on to event 42. 7 heats for the boys. Here's our Heat 1 entries. 3 lanes. Top right is your Heat 2 entries.
Boys 10
Underway. Aiden, Locke, and Harrison. And I apologize, L-O-C-H, I believe it's pronounced Locke. Or, please, if somebody could correct me if I'm incorrect. Again, this is heat 1 of 7. We're coming into the finish. I was a little quick on the camera switch, but all these guys came in with 100s, 108, 109, 135. We're dropping a ton. Aiden in 2, dropping 30 plus. Nice job. Sub 1. All right, call the ice cream truck. That was heat 1. Here's heat 2. Names for heat 3, top right. We're off with heat 2. Spencer, Beckett, Liam, Henry, and Hudson. Lane 1 coming first to the wall here. That is, where are we? Heat 2. Spencer. Here we go, heat 3. Names for 4, top right.
Take your marks.
All right, in the pool with heat 3, we have Max, Griffin, Yale, Massimo, Gavin, and Ian. Looks like lane 5 goes low. That is Gavin. This is our heat 4. Elliot, Oliver, Greg, Diego, Holden, and Colin. Top right are the entries for heat 5. 5 of 7 will be next. After we complete these backstrokes, we'll be moving on to 100-yard breaststroke. 6 heats for the girls, 4 heats for the boys. Again, all this information is in Meet Mobile. You can download that, follow along. Looks like lane 5, Holden goes low, 42.94, dropping almost 8 seconds off a 50.86 seed. Great job. Here we go, heat 5.
Take your mark.
Here in heat 5, Jack Connor, Sladimir, Bobby, Grayson, and Gordon. Top to bottom in your view here. And we're going into the wall for the finish. Low time here. Lane 2 or 6, 39 sub 40 for lane 6. That is Gordon dropping a bunch off a 47 seed time. This is heat 6. Names for 7, the final heat, top right.
Take your mark.
All right, here in 6, River, Benjamin, Matthew Bloomer, Matthew Bajkowski, pardon me, Jasper, and then Matthew Lutheran. Three mats, 3 different teams. Matthew Bloomer from Westfield, putting space on the field, came in 42.28. We're going sub 40, sub 39, 38.16. Nice job. That's a 4-second drop. Oh, hold on, folks. Those names will flash, and we'll get you the final heat swimmers, heat 7 of 7. Excuse me. What's going on here? Nope. Hold on. Scoreboard's just cycling through. We need 42, heat 7. So a little tidbit, they could have started the event and then switched, and the scoreboard is, or the timing system is smart enough. I say scoreboard, I mean timing system. It is smart enough to record that and then allow you to switch afterwards. Again, just sharing years of coming to meets and being involved with some of the logistics. This is final heat. Max, Simon, Will, Jackson, Aiden, and Bradley. Top right. We didn't update. Yes, we did. Those are the girls' names for their first heat. All right, low time from that last bloomer was 38 and change. All right, 39, 38.64 here for Will. I don't know, lane 2, Simon might have been to the wall sooner. I don't know if we got a clean touch there, so we'll have to wait for the results to be published. That is going to conclude event 42. Here we are, 43, heat 1 of 6. 100 breaststroke.
100-yard breaststroke. Take your marks.
Underway. In the pool, Vera, Nair, Julietta, Lily, Elizabeth, and Lakeland. 6 heats here. Heat 1 in the pool. Names for 2, top right. This is a 100-yard race for the breaststroke. So we'll have 4 lanes, down, back, down, back. All right, we'll see. I'm going to change a couple camera angles here. Again, this angle here from the perspective of being behind the starting blocks should be able to see some faces as the ladies are coming up out of the water. Let me know feedback in the comments if this is terrible. You prefer if I just stayed over top. Trying to give you a little experience here to see the swimmers. And then the other option I have is from this view, see them coming back at us. Not the best, but oh, you don't want to be there. All right, maybe we'll use that a little bit. All right, so we're at the far end. This is 75 yards, 1 more length as the ladies turn back. We'll go overhead to reset. Oh, lane 6, look at that, escape my view. Let's go here, bottom left of your screen, coming in for the finish. And there she is, that is Lakeland. 1:46.07, dropping 44. Came in on no, more than that. Came in on a 230 seed. No, that's about it, 44. Nice job. It's like a 25% improvement more. Awesome. 2:00 in the middle of the pool, also dropping time, Julietta and Lily. 260. Lakeland, nice job there in this heat 1 of 6. Well, that 146 would have put her in the second to last heat, just off the 145, needing to get into that last heat. This is heat 2. Again, seeding is slowest to fastest, but it's based on what you've swum in the past for that particular race, and sometimes might be the first time they're swimming this. Underway with 2. Names for 3, top right. In the pool with this heat 2, Amelia, Alice, Isla, Olivia, Alexis, and Aviva. All right, we'll see the 50 splits here halfway. And we'll stay here for a second as lane 2 turns. All right, we'll jump down far end. Swimmers coming into view here. This is heat 2 of 6. That scoreboard's a little bit obtrusive in this view. Now I'll give you the scoreboard back as we go to the finish. Lane 1 going low. Nice job. Amelia came in on a 2:07.15. Just dropped about 11 and a half seconds, 11 and 3/4. Nice job. 1:59. 4, lane 5. Alexis dropping off a 2:04 down to a 1:59. And Alice coming into the finish. Nice job, ladies. This was Heat 2. Here is entries for Heat 3.
Ladies, stay in the water. Take your marks.
All right, Heat 3 underway. Names for 4, top right. Heat 3, Leah, Catherine, Bridget, Lucy, Carolina, and Audrey. On the return, we'll give a little extra focus on the lane 1 through 4 here. Always hear that, kind of they're neglected just so far from the camera. We'll just show you them for real quick. Take a jump ahead. Here they are coming into the wall. Running order, lane 1, lane 4, lane 6. That's Leah, Lucy, and Audrey. Here they are making their way back. Lane 1, top of the screen. Leah looks to go low. 1:48. Came in on a 2:00. Might have been estimated, but great swim there, 1:48.03. That would have put her in Heat 5 of 6 with these seed times. That was Heat 3. Here's your Heat 4 swimmers. Top right, Heat 5.
Take your marks.
In this Heat 4, we have Faye, Cammie, Emma, Adelina, Sophia, and Charlotte. All right, here's the halfway mark, 50 yards. This is Heat 4 of 6. And into the finish, lane 4 going low there. That is Adelina with a 142, dropping off a 149.7. It's a almost 7-second drop. Next heat, or heat 5.
Take your marks.
We are underway with 5. Names for 6, top right. All right, we'll be coming back to the finish. Lane 3 leading them out. That is Kate. And into the wall on the finish. Nice job, Kate. 135.2. Dropping almost 10 off a 145.12. This was heat 6. Here we go with the final heat. Gwen, Amelia, Emma, Catherine, Vivian, and Tessa.
Take your marks.
Top writer boys' names up next. Four heats on the boys' side. Halfway mark here, 50 down, 50 to go. All right, the ladies at the 75-yard mark here. All right, that's lane 3, lane 5. Let's take a look as they're coming at us. And into the wall, really tight. On the touch, lane 5, Reese, that is Vivian, goes 133.99, dropping a boatload off of 144.61. It's 10.5, 10.6. I don't know. I joked yesterday, I said soon I'm going to just have AI calculating all these results for me, because the math sometimes is a little challenging.
Event 44, boys 10 and under, 100-yard breaststroke.
This is heat 1 of 4 for the boys. Top right names for heat 2. In the pool, Ian, Vincent, and Holden, lanes 2, 3, and 4. All right, that's our halfway, 50 yards complete, 50 to go. Again, this is heat 1 of 4. If you're just joining us at any point, you can rewind, go back and watch previous races. All this information is in Meet Mobile. Give you an idea of where we've been, where we're going, what events, and then we'll have all the results. All right, we're coming into the finish here. Lane 3 looks to go low. That's Vincent, followed by Holden in 4. Lane 2 will be coming into your picture shortly, just behind that scoreboard. Ian came in on a 401 seed. We're dropping a lot there. Nice job. All right, almost half your seed time. Great job, Ian. Sub 2 for, oh, I didn't update names. Here we go with Heat 2. Vincent and Holden both came in 223 and 300 and went sub 2. Nice job, guys. Underway with Heat 2. Names for 3, top right. All right, so we have 4 heats here. Then we'll have 100-yard butterfly, 3 for the ladies, 1 for the boys. And then we go into 50 free. We have 14 for the girls. 14 heats, that is. This is our 50-yard halfway mark. Lane 1, first to turn, that's Nick. I don't think I ran through these. We have Nick, James, Greg, 1, 2, 3. William, Griffin, and Sebastian, 4, 5, 6. All right, making our way back to the finish. That is lane 2, James, followed by lane 1, Nick. All right, low time 1:43 for lane 2. James came in on a 2:01.36. Big drops. 17 and change. Everybody's sub 2. Nice job, guys. Here is Heat 3.
Take your marks.
We are underway with 3. Names for 4, top right. Here in 3, Mateo, Gordon, Nico, Nathaniel, Matthew, and Logan.
That's it, Nate.
Lane 1, lane 2, first to turn here. That is Mateo and Gordon. I didn't run through the abbreviations. If you're not familiar, WMY, West Morris YMCA. MYM is Montclair. WY, just to be clear, is Westfield. Even though you might think WFY would be Westfield, it is not. WY Westfield, WFY Wyckoff Family YMCA. And then SAY, Summit Area YMCA. RVYM, Raritan Valley YMCA. All right, we're going to be coming into a finish.
Go, Nate.
Lane 2, Gordon looks to go low, and he does. 142.2, dropping over 10 off of 153.6. Nice job. 10-second drop. Logan Kim down in 6. Also came in 156.3, went 146.02. Matthew, big drop, came in 153, went 144. Also, Gordon, did I say Gordon in 2? Yeah, I did. Oh, up on the top, 144 for Mateo. He came in 155.99.
Take your mark.
Here it is, final heat. Names top right are the girls up next. In this final heat, heat 4, we have Anthony, Harris, Henry, Emmett, Taylor, and Connor. All right, so as I switch to this kind of down low view, I don't know, I think it's a trade-off. Like, obviously, it's a little harder to see who's leading, but if you can see a face and recognize them or see a little different perspective of how the stroke is working or not working, might be beneficial to the swimmers. Similarly, on the other end of the pool, we'll kind of look at them more head-on than overhead and then switch to the wall view. And again, the intent of the wall view, you can see who's having better turns as they're coming in, and you judge where they are relative to another swimmer, and then when they come off the wall, spacing should be similar. And sometimes, if you watch, you can see who has better turns and potentially how you can focus on different areas of improving. Here we are into the finish. Lane 3 goes low. That is Henry, goes 127.86. Almost a full second improvement on an already incredible 128.61 seed. It's a nice job, good sportsmanship there. You see him shaking hands. Lanes 2 and 3, that is Harris and Henry. Harris from Summit, Henry from Wyckoff. Next up, we have the ladies. Here we go with heat 1 of 100-yard butterfly.
Under girls, 100 butterfly. Take your marks.
Names for 2, top right. All right, so with the butterfly, I will kind of go to that same view as we're doing for the breaststroke. Get a little visual of the faces as they come up out of the water. In this heat 1, we have Natalie, Juliet, and Zara, 2, 3, 4, top to bottom on your screen. Again, this is also 100, so 4 lanes to the pool, 3 heats here for the ladies, girls. We'll have 25 to go at this left-hand wall. First to turn is Zara. Came in on a 2:01. We'll swing down the other end of the pool. See Zara coming in to your frame. And into the finish. All right, about a 141-ish. Again, she kind of finished on the top of the pad where it goes into the gutter, and there's not sensors there. It's just the face of the pad. That's why we didn't get a touch initially and then eventually did. That was heat 1. Here we go, heat 2 of 3.
Take your marks.
Underway with heat 2. In the pool, Catherine, Summer, Charlotte, Panina, Bibi, and Lena.
Go, Lena.
We'll go to a wide view here. Lead swimmers, lane 2. That is Summer going right to left. She'll be at 75 yards on that left-hand side of the pool. We'll take the turn with them at this end. Followed by lane 6, Lena. Summer, right side of your screen. Coming in to finish. Pardon me, folks. We'll take above, see the finish time here, 1:33.86. Big drops off a 154 seed. Came home on a 50-20. Awesome swim to Summer. Second time there, 140 for lane 6. Lena dropping about 15, call it 15. Round up a little bit, but nice drop. That was heat 2 of 3. The names for the final heat, top right. Good job, girls. Here is heat 3 of 3. One heat on the boys' side. You'll see those names in a few seconds on the top right.
Take your marks.
Sarah, Catherine, Kara, Greta, Alexis, and Catherine are your swimmers 1 through 6. All right, we got the turn here. We'll show you the times there. 39:31 on the front half for Kara in 3, followed by 5 on a 40:09. All right, lane 3 turning at 75. We got 25 to go. That's Kara, followed by lane 5, Alexis, followed by 2, Catherine. All right, we'll take it overhead. Let's take a look at Kara coming into the finish, right side of your screen here. 124.50, dropping off an already impressive 125.30. Nice job. Lane 5, Alexis goes 128.5. Came in on a 139.6. Nice job. That's 11 plus. Awesome. 3-second drop for Sarah up in 128. There's a 10 plus for Alexis in 5. I think I said that. 135 for Catherine in 6. Came in on a 146. Nice job all around, ladies. That was final heat. Here we go. Heat 1 of 1 for the boys. Matthew, Max, Timo, Sebastian, and Gordon.
10 and under, 100-yard butterfly. Take your mark.
All right, 50 free is on deck for the ladies. Get those names for you in a second. 14 heats there.
Go, man.
It's going to move quick, too. All right, ladies' names, top right, first heat. All right, lane 6 is empty. All right, this will be a 75-yard turn, 25 to go. That is Timo in 3. Timo goes low there. 123.3. Almost 2-second drop off of 125.21. 1.9 on a great seed time of 125. Nice job. All right, guys. This is nice job there, guys. Now we go 47.50 free. Then pick up the pace a little, folks.
10 and under, girls, 50-yard race time. Take your marks.
All right, we are underway. Heat 1 of 14. This is Maiwa, Charlotte, Lena, Ella, Elizabeth, and Nicole.
All together? Yes.
All right, all these seeds were 1 minute plus. Should see some sub ones. Here we go. First one coming to the wall, lane 3. Lena goes 47-ish. All right, a couple 50s hitting the wall. We're pulling for you 1 and 2. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Just off. Maybe lane 2. Nice job, ladies. Okay, this is
Take your marks.
we are underway with Heat 2. Names for 3 are updated top right. Two's in the pool, names for 3, top right. In the pool here with Heat 2, Lakeland, Rihanna, Ariella, Aviva, Mary, and Antanya. Looks like lane 4 is going to go low here. Furman, Aviva came in on a 55. Way big improvement there. That was 2. Here's 3.
Take your marks. Stand, please. Take your marks.
Underway with 3. Devin, Samantha, Annalise, Mabel, Beatrice, and Ellie. All right, I hope everybody's having a good morning. I showed this before, but if anybody joined late, staying home, not coming to the meet, driving in early, you missed that beautiful sunrise. So you might have opted for the later session, but you missed out. All right, into the wall. Lane 3 goes low. That is Annalise. Came in on a 500 flat. Nice improvement. 46 down the bottom. Ellie came in 53, just went 46. That was Heat 3. Here we go, Heat 4. Oh, shout out for goggles. There we go.
Take your marks. Stand, please.
All right, the official said stand.
Take your marks.
Underway. In the pool is Heat 4, Vera, Avisa, Miranda, Grace, Adeline, and Alexis. Names you see top right are your Heat 5 swimmers. Low time there, lane 3, 41.01 for Miranda. That's a 6+ second drop there. Nice job. 6 seconds, veer up in 1.
Stay in the pool.
Oh, hold on, where are we? Here we go. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Underway with 5. Names for 6, top right. In the pool, Faye, Abigail, Nini, Charlotte, Clara, and Susie. All these seeds, 46, from a 46.13 to a 46.77. Little outside smoke, lane 6, lane 5. Susie in 6, Clara in 5. 39s, nice job. All right. I'm sorry,
Take your marks.
All right, this is Heat 6. Names for 7, top right of your screen. They'll be up next. In the pool for 6, though, Victoria, May, Lily, Lucy, Alice, and Charlotte. These seeds were 43, 42.97 up to a 43.76. Hitting the wrong button, folks, sorry. Here's Truly outside smoke, lane 1, lane 6, see if we get it. Keep an eye, 2 and 3 are going to try and spoil it. I think we get 1 and 6, outside smoke, love it. 41.97, 42.13. Again, nothing against swimmers in the middle of the pool. It's just nice push from the swimmers on the outside. Here we go with heat 7.
Lane. Swimmers, clear the pool, please.
Nope.
Clear the pool.
All right. So top center, you'll see the 3 officials there. 3 white shirts. One gentleman pointing at the next says, yes, we're clear for a start.
Take your marks.
And you see the flash up there. So there's a flash for any hearing impaired swimmers. There's the horn. And I try and get that flash into the visual of the recording. And again, it's just, if you're watching it, you can see when that goes off. And then you can look and see swimmers' reaction times. All right, this is heat 7. Leah, Logan, Aslyn, Charlotte, Liana, and Violet. All right, this is heat 7. Names for 8 will get updated. Oh, they are updated, top right. All right, we're coming into the finish. That is lane 3 going low. 37.91 for Aslyn. That is 5.06. Dropping off of 42.97. Nice job. All right, Leanna and Violet, nice job there finishing up. That was heat 7. Here's heat 8. Underway with 8, Nora, Barbara, Vicky, Hannah, Lillianne, and Emma. These seeds, high 41s, 42s. That is lane 3, Vicky. Nice swim, Vicky going 35.71, dropping 5 3/4 off of 41.29. Nice job, ladies. That was 8. Here's 9.
Take your marks.
9 underway. Catherine, Sophie, Evelyn, Dylan, Penelope, Ronnie. Names for 10, top right. All right, lane 6. You hear the cheers for Rouhani. Looks like she'll go, oh, sorry. Yeah, come on. Yes, she goes low, 36.34. That's 6 plus. Nope, I'm sorry, 4 plus drop. Came in on a 40.71. Nice job. And if I overlook somebody else on, one of the other lanes with significant drop or milestone being achieved, put it in the chat. Give a shout out. I'd like to acknowledge all the swimmers' efforts.
Take your marks.
We are off here with heat 10. Sabrina, Amelia, Nyla, Adelina, I'm sorry, and Madeline and Layla. Lane 4, Adelina leading them out. I think she went low time in her heat earlier today, too. Nice job, 36:48. That's 3 plus. Need to see what she had for breakfast. Shucks, folks. Did I not? I'm one behind on names, sorry.
Take your marks.
All right, let me just real quick. I'm going to pop the names up. Just, I apologize, but I don't know if any. Some people said that they might record it and kind of create a little highlight. So if you do, that's why I pop it up after the fact, so you could always screenshot that, put it in front. If anybody has interest in doing that and you have any questions, shoot me an email, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. Again, with the younger kids, might just do it for keepsake. Older kids might be used for scouting or recruiting. Heat 11, Elizabeth, Chloe, Cammie, Logan, Addison, and Eleanor. Low time on the board, 36:44 for Addison. I'm still playing catch up here. Here we go with 12. I think we're correct there. Yeah, looks like it. All right, a little bit behind there. 12 in the pool, names for 13, top right. Hannah, Madeline, Chloe, Bridget, Vivian, and Catherine in the pool. Looks like we had a scratch for Hannah in 1. Top right are the Heat 13 of 14 swimmers. Jesus. All right, folks.
Take your marks.
All right, I'm sorry, the scoreboard's a little askew. Somebody just bumped the camera. I just looked down and put a shoulder into it. We'll try and get that fixed. This is Heat 13. Names for 14, top right. Into the finish. That is lane 4. Caroline Veltri, 34:23, improving her on an already impressive 36:75. Nice 2-second drop. That was Heat 13. Here we go with 14. 8 heats on the boys' side will be up next. Underway with this final heat. Gwen, Alexis, Kara, Kaylee, Tessa, and Emma. Sorry I didn't give shout-outs that last heat. But I think Veltri went low. Nice job. Final heat here, 32s, 34, 35 seed times. Nice job, ladies. 32, 32, 33. Drop there in lane 1 for Gwen. Came in 35.89, just went 33.21. Drop in lane 6, 36.14 seed, went 35.29 for Emma. 35 drop in was Tessa. Kaylee right on an awesome seed. Oh, improved a little. Oh, where are we? I think we're here. 32. Kara came 32 right on her seed previous. Alexis, .72 drop. Nice job.
Take your mark.
All right, underway with heat 1 of 8. Names for heat 2, top right of your screen. All right, somebody ready into the finish there. Lane 1, 39.11 for Hudson. Came in on a 1:0 flat. I assume that's just an assigned time. Nice swim, though, Hudson. 39.11 would have put him, around heat 5 of 8, just for perspective. That was heat 1. This is heat 2 coming up. All right, 2 is in the pool.
Come on, Nate.
Names for 3, top right. We have 8 heats total here.
Finish, Nate.
All right. Loretta, I see your comment. You cut off the top. I don't know what that's in reference to. The scoreboard is jiggling. Your view of the scoreboard is jiggling around because somebody's bumping the camera. I'll need to step away to kind of realign that. I don't know what you're showing as cut off, though. Some TVs will crop it. Here we go with heat 3. I kind of try and put everything as close to the edge as possible, only for getting more of the swimming view on the screen. So if you're seeing anything cut off, that's going to be a function of your TV and the settings. So if you can clarify, I'll try and see if that's something I can control. But like the top right, that orange text, I intentionally squeeze that all the way to the edge. So good sanity would be if you load this on a computer or your phone and you can see that, then it's more your configuration of a TV. The TVs is the one I see most prone to having the issue. This is heat 3, Nico, Spencer, Oliver, Max, Benjamin, and another Max, Sleboff.
Let's go.
Looking at the board, low time goes to 1, Nico, 43.04. Here we go, heat 4. All right. So again, all right, thanks for clarifying, Loretta. Yeah, with the names, they are available in Meet Mobile. So if you go to Meet Mobile, you'll be able to get that information there. I primarily put it up for, the aunts, the uncles that don't typically watch swimming and just have it as reference. And also, if you were to watch this 6 months from now, you would understand the seed time for the particular swimmer at the time. That's why I put it up there too, so you don't have to go out and dig and say, oh, on October 19th, what was my kind of seed time and how did I swim against it? Look at that, lanes 2, 6, and 4. 6 goes low. That is, Roush, where was this? I'm sorry, that's Vincent. Came in 41.27. Here we go, heat 5.
Your mark.
All right, 5 is in the pool. Names for 6, top right. Lane 2, first to turn at the far end. Sladimir. So we have Ali, Sladimir, Diego, Bobby, River, and Colin. Looks like Sladimir's going low. Came in on a 38.91. We're going 34 and change. Nice job. That was heat 5. Here we go with 6. Names for 7, top right.
Take your mark.
Here in 6, Sebastian, Connor, Harris, Bradley, Matthew, Jasper. Lane 3, Harris looks to go low. He does 33.74, dropping 2 3/4 off of 36.29. That was heat 6. Here we go with 7, 7 of 8.
Take your mark.
7 is in the pool. All 10-year-olds, all 35 seed times. Taylor, Mateo, Emmett, Anthony, Benjamin, and Matthew. All right, looks like we'll have lanes 1 through 5 all within a second. Lane 3 maybe gets the touch. He does 32.55. That is Emmett. Big drop off of 35.10. These guys came in with impressive times and then just dropped on them. This is final heat for the guys. We're going to have 100-yard IM for the girls up next. Those names will be up top. Top right. Underway. Final heat. Heat 8. Jack, Aiden, Simon, William, Jackson, and Will. 32.52 for Simon in 3. Strong seed time. William in 4 came in 33.5. He's dropping more than 2. 31.16. Simon improving on his 32.52. Already an impressive time. Nice 31 though for William in 4. On the outside,
100 yards.
Will in 6 improvement.
Boys, clear the pool, please.
Simon in 3. I said that right? Yeah. All right, here we go with the ladies. 100-yard IM. 12 heats here.
Take your marks.
All right, just had the stand call.
Take your marks.
All right, folks, I need to take a little break for 2 minutes. I'm gonna put you in a different mode. Hopefully you can see what's going on. Top left, scoreboard. You see all the names there. Top right will be the start. Bottom left is the turn. Bottom right is the whole view. I should be back very quickly. Just gonna check on that scoreboard and be right back. All right, sorry folks, we're back. Missed a couple races there. I apologize about that. We're into Heat 3, as you see on the scoreboard, top left. If anybody's in the chat and anything I missed significant, please, in the UK live watching, super. All right, I have to use proper English now that somebody from the UK is watching. All right, if I did miss any significant swims, please let me know. We'll go back to dynamic mode here. Lanes 2 and 3, as you see from that scoreboard. All right, coming into the finish. That is Annie and Aviva. I'll try and get you updated with names for Heat 4 up next. All right, this should match now if we're up to Heat 4. Here's our swimmers: Lillian, Juliet, Madeline, Ellie, Clara, and Logan.
Take your marks.
Okay, underway.
Can we text? Can I get your 973? Yes. Unless I can go for that. But it's just these guys. The coach doesn't care everyone else. I don't know. I never know. This is a and she just turned up my mic. I just turned up my mic. Okay. All right, we don't check it.
All right, Heat 4 in the pool. Names for 5 updated to the top right. I'm going the wrong way. So, Kate, welcome. Glad you could join us from the UK. Ironically, I made a joke earlier. Anytime they broadcast Wimbledon, they always talk about being in the bunker. That's kind of how I'm set up. I'm set up in the corner, pool level, with very little visibility. So it's funny that somebody from the UK has joined. All right, low time there, lane 3. Madeline came in on a 152, just went 136. Lane 2, Juliet came in 156, went 137. That's in the close to 20 range. Nice job, ladies. Again, this was Heat 4. If we caught up, this names for Heat 5. 5 of 12. And again, this is event 49. Which is going to be the last event for the girls. Then we'll have event 50 for the boys, and there's 7 heats on that side. Again, this is Heat 5 of 12, about to go. Underway. Alexis, Aslyn, Lucy, Lena, Faye, and Leanna. Names for 6 now updated, top right. There we jump back to the start, the turn in. Swimmers transitioning from back to breaststroke. And take a wide view here. Again, lane 1, top of your screen. Lane 6 at the bottom of your screen. Lead group left-hand side, halfway through their breaststroke. Go back wide. All right, lanes 2 and 4 will be transitioning from breast to fly. We'll see that. Oh, what am I?
Swim, Lena.
Folks, I am so sorry. I came back and I forgot. This is 100, so it's 25, one length of each stroke. My bad. All right, they're coming into the finish. All right, lane 6 will have freestyle to go at the turn. Again, this is heat 5 of 12. Low time on the board was a 1:36 for lane 4. Lena dropping off a 1:51.2. Nice drop. Aslan in 2, dropping from a 1:51 to a 1:38. Faye in 5, 1:52 down to a 1:44. Similarly, 1:51 for Lena in 4. She went 1:36. All right, here we go. Next heat. This is heat 6.
Take your marks.
Again, I apologize. 100-yard IM. It's going to be 25, one length of each stroke. As I was watching it, I was not comprehending what I was seeing. All right, so swimmers will go from fly to back, and then we'll do breast and free. Vicky, Penelope, Alice, Barbara, Olivia, and Madeline make up the swimmers in the pool. Lane 1 through 6. Lane 1's turned. That is Vicky. All right, on this left-hand wall, they'll complete their breaststroke and have freestyle to go. All right, lane 1, Vicky coming into the finish, top of your screen. She came in on a 1:50.15, just went 1:33, we'll call it. 17-second improvement. Nice job. 10-second improvement for Madeline in 6. 11 and change for Penelope in 2. Nice job, ladies. This was heat 6 concluding now. Here are the entries for heat 7.
Stay in the pool, ladies. Stay in the pool.
Top right, your names for 8.
Take your marks.
In the pool here for heat 7, Dylan, Sabrina, Hannah, Isla, Alicia, and Natalie. And is lane 5, halfway mark here, Alicia. First to turn, lane 5. We'll be at 75 yards, freestyle to go here. It's Alicia there with the white cap turned already, red cap. Closest to us is Natalie on their way home. And into the finish, lane 5, Alicia, 136.84. That's a more than 10-second drop off a 147.49. Nice job. 5+ in for Natalie, and 5+ improvement in lane 6. That was 7. Here's 8.
Stay in the pool. Stay in the pool, ladies. Take your marks.
All right, in the pool with 8, Maya, Zoe, Amelia, Sophie, Annalise, and Chloe. Names for 9, top right. All right. Turning halfway, 50 yards complete, 50 to go. Lane 2, first to turn, 25 free to go, followed by lane 5. 2 is Zoe, 5 is Annalise. Into the finish, lane 2 goes low, Zoe, 133, dropping 11.1. Nice job. Came in 144.8. Here we go with heat 9.
Stay in the water, ladies. Take your marks.
Oop. In the pool, 9. Evelyn, Olivia, Chloe, Panina, Adelina, and Bibi. All right, we also have Keith watching from the UK and Scotland. And big shout out to Henry, fantastic swimming. All right, halfway mark here. So Keith, great point. You know, there's been a lot of great swimming, and I mentioned it earlier, we are 6 weeks into, if you would, the winter season. So, you know, it varies around the world, the swimming season, but here in New Jersey, it's really a true winter sport. At the high school level, it picks up, you know, after the fall sports are done for the older kids. But really, this is when the teams are built and then get into their structured training and so on. So I know that both Summit Y and Westfield have been training in this season for about 6 weeks. So seeing a lot of impressive times. Here we go, lane 3. Chloe goes 134, dropping off a 139.2, almost a 5-second improvement already on a great time. All right, here we go with heat 10. So really shout out to the kids putting in the time, the dedication to do the training, eat right, and do everything to be stronger and, maintain their development. All right, in the pool is 10. We have Natalie, Vivian, Caroline, Mackenzie, Grace, and Carolina. And I apologize. Might be pronounced Carolina. I apologize. All right, lanes 2 and 3 turning simultaneously. I'll take you wide here. This is heat 10 of 12. Names for 11, top right. All right, have a sort of a small race going on there. We'll take it home with lanes 2 and 3. All right, lane 2 just gets the touch there. 127 and 128 respectively for Vivian and Caroline. They came in 138, 136 seeds. Awesome improvement. Nice job, ladies. That was heat 10. Here's the names for 11 of 12. Second to last race for the girls.
Stand, please. Take your marks.
Underway. Names top right are the entries for the final race, heat 12, which will be next. In the pool, Amelia, Zara, Madeline, Sarah, Lila, and Tessa. Seed times here, 131 to a 130, up to a 136. All right, lane 3, first to turn, Madeline, followed but closely by 4, and then 6, 5, 2, 1. All right, we have freestyle to go. Let's take a look where we are here. Big push, lane 4. Looks like lane 3 is going to go low time. Madeline, Sarah in 4 though. Big push. 127. Oh, 120. Sarah with the touch. She came in on a 131, went 126. Same for Madeline, 131. She goes 127. Big drop, lane 6. Let me just make sure these look right. Last race, lane 6, Tessa came in 136, went 131.2. That's 5 plus, 5.4, almost 5.5. 3 second. Lila in the last race, 3 second improvement. Came in 136.16, went 133.13. Nice job. But Sarah with the 5. Already on an impressive 131, dropping on that. Nice job, ladies. Same with Madeline, great race. All right, here we are, final race. That's kind of the challenge here. We move along, we do these overhead starts. There's not a lot of time to quickly reflect and recap or talk about even who's in this race. So we move, that's the intent of these meets. That's why they're structured like this, to move through. So it's a little just challenging to highlight everything, so try and do my best. Lane 3, first to turn. That is Sarah. All right, top right are the boys for their first heat up next, heat 1 of 7. In the pool, though, lane 1 is Savannah. Then we have Kate, Sarah, Summer, Sarah, Silveria in 5, and then Emma in 6. This is Sarah Gobes in 3. Freestyle home. All right, and into the wall. Sarah goes 122-ish, 123. Right on her seed. All right, nice job, ladies. Everybody right on their seed, 126, 25. Oh, Sarah Silvera in 5. There's a 2-second drop. Nice job. First heat for the boys. All right, so the ladies are done for today. Enjoy your day, rest of your day. Cheer on the Jets and Giants later on. It's a nice. Finally, they're not playing at the same time, so I think it's a 1 o'clock game, 4 o'clock game. For all the folks in the UK joining us, thanks for hosting all the football games over there. Makes for interesting waking up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday to watch football, and the people on the West Coast waking up at 6 a.m. to watch football. Again, this is Heat 1 of 7. Harrison, Bobby, and Max getting it kicked off here for the boys. Entries for Heat 2, top right.
How you feeling? Feel good?
So we're back
Deep breath.
with
Deep breath.
the 11 and 12-year-olds in about an hour after this session concludes. And then this evening, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock, we have the older sessions, 13 and overs, and at the beginning of that, there will be a recognition for the seniors from the Westfield Y team. And just a quick shout out. Here's the names of those seniors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seniors. All right, into the finish, lane 2. Bobby goes low. Came in on a 212. I'm sorry, lane 3. Sorry, we had lane 1 was empty. Lane 3, Bobby came in 212, just went 143. Max came in also 212. He goes 150. So Max's 22-second improvement. Add 7 to that, 29. Almost 30-second improvement for Bobby. And Harrison came in on a 310. We're dropping a ton. All right, that was Heat 1. Here's Heat 2. All right. So if you're hearing the squeaking, they are giving out ducks for Heat winners. Wasn't my choice. I wasn't involved in that. So the squeaking is evident here. I don't know if it's coming through on the live stream very well, but not a fan. We'll just say that. It's very loud, kind of as a background noise. All right, we're underway. Heat 2 in the pool. We have Elliott, Hudson, Henry, and Oliver.
Here we go, Nugget.
All right, I just heard hopefully you heard that, a coach. Enough with the Ducks. So somebody read my mind. First to turn there, lane 3, Hudson. So I do have a microphone out on the pool deck. As I mentioned, I'm kind of in a closet in the corner. So the microphone's picking up a lot of the noise from the deck, and I hear that in my headset, so I imagine you're hearing it too. of that background squeaking. But the intent is also to hear the cheering such that you're just not kind of in a I don't even know the word, a booth, a sound booth where you can't hear anything and can't get a feel as if you were here. So that's the intent. Here we are into the finish, lane 3. Hudson came in 2:00. Look at that. Hudson, talk about doing math easy. Came in a 2:00 flat, went 1:40 flat. All right, 20-second improvement. Nice job. Again, when you see those seeds with a 2:00 flat, could be a legit time. More times than not, though, 1 in 100 chance that he did swim that, right? A flat time like that. More times than not, it's a coach's estimate based on, where they see he should finish and then project such that he's seated with similar swimmers. This is heat 3 of 7.
Take your mark.
All right. And to be clear, this is a 25-yard pool, so the other part of estimating times is if they've swum this in a meter pool, which is longer. So the pools, and the United States is pretty unique. I think there's a few in Australia, but the United States is pretty unique in having 25-yard pools. The rest of the world is in meters. But United States, when we swim what's called the long course or the Olympic distance, 50, that is a meter configuration. So, but this 25-yard is very unique, but there are tools on the internet where you can convert. So anybody in the UK, if you're watching this, very traditional United States thing of, picking a unique thing and having a need to convert. But there's tools out there, and you enter the stroke, the distance conversion, and then it'll give you an estimate. Each stroke's a little different, and then depending if you're doing conversion from a 25 to a 50, you have less turns. So in a sense, you go slower because you can build speed off the turns. This is heat 3, and I'm just kind of talking a lot. In the pool, Carter, Nico, Gavin, Vincent, Nathaniel, and Nick. Keep an eye on lane 6. That is Nick. Came in 155.2. I have a good feeling we're dropping on that. Nice strong finish there, Nick. Nice job, 132.15. That's 20-plus seconds. All right. A lot of strong coming home there. Look at Nick, second half, 47.99 on that breast and freestyle. Nice job. All right, that was heat 3. Here's your heat 4.
Take your mark.
Names for 5, top right. In the pool, we have Yale, Rock, Diego, Ali, Logan, and Massimo.
Good swim, Doug.
Four is in the pool. The names for 5, top right. We have 7 total heats. So we're on the home stretch here, folks. Glad you could join us. Again, always open for feedback, positive or negative, or ways we can improve the stream for your viewing enjoyment. You can reach us, email Common Guy Sports NJ, so all one big word, Common Guy Sports NJ @gmail.com. Or on that YouTube channel that you're watching this, there is an about, and then from there you can find our email. Or if you prefer to stay anonymous, if it is negative comments, I don't take it to heart. I take all comments as a way of improving. But if you want to feed your comment through your coach to make it my way, you can do that too. So. All right, coming into the finish, this is lane 5 of heat 4. That is Logan finishing up here. Came in on a 149. We just went 135.13. That's 14 seconds. Nice job. 139.4, lane 4, Ollie. Big drop off of 148. 3 second, Diego. Diego came in 148, just went 145. Nice job. That was 4. We have 5 coming up. And then 6 and 7, then we'll wrap this up. All right, nice job there too, finishing it up. This is Heat 5.
Take your mark.
All right. Somebody yelling just at the start. So good protocol is as soon as the swimmers are ready to go, should get very quiet so the swimmers can concentrate and also be able to react to the sound. All right, as I said, this is 5 in the pool. Matthew Slotomir, Matthew Shelford. I think they were paired up before. Where's the other? River, Max, and Griffin. We had 3 Matthews earlier. Oh, Matthew Bloomer's in the next heat. Okay. All right, lane 1, first to turn, 42.24, split on that front half for Matthew Bajkowski.
Go, Max!
All right. Top of your screen, Matthew continues to lead. He's on his way back. Top left.
Go, Max!
Matt in 1. Bajkowski came in on a 144.38. Just came home 129-ish. Just didn't get a clean touch. Next to the wall, 133 for lane 3, Matthew Shelford. Came in on a 139.39. That's like a 5 3/4. 5.5. Good job, guys. This is heat 6 of 7, second to last race.
Take your mark.
In this race, we have lane 1, Matthew Bloomer, Taylor, Jackson, Aiden, Harris, and Jack. Top right are the entries in the final race, our Heat 7, which will be up next. All right. Lane 1 leading them out. Looks like we installed the fast water up there in lane 1. That's a joke, folks. Same water, whole pool. Good and bad things. So the facility here, there are no windows. So you'll notice a lot of Ys. You'll get funky sunlight, shadows, things like that. It's a pro and a con. You know, obviously, you don't get that sunlight, but it's good and bad. So I don't know, curious for the swimmers if it is a positive or negative to them. All right, we're at 75, turning, freestyling at home. All right, top of your screen, a little bit of race there. Lane 2 had the first turn at the far side. Matthew's pushing back. And he gets to the wall first. Nice job. So you see overall, lane 2, Taylor had a lower split on that second half. But Matthew, just in that last section of the freestyle, came back. Both great times, 127s. They came in, Bloomer came in on a 137. Taylor came in on a 131. They both went 127. Awesome. Jack in lane 6 in the previous race. dropping a second and a half. This is final race. Here we are with Benjamin, Emmett, Henry, Simon, Colin, and James. All right, that is lane 3. Henry, first to turn. All right, left-hand wall, be 25 freestyle to go. Take you above and into the finish. That is lane 3, Henry Brannon. Dropping 1:18.48. Came in on an awesome time. Just no other way to call it. 1:19.32. And to almost drop a full second on that this time of the season. Great job, Henry. Drop in time, lane 6, James, down to a 1:26 from a 1:30. Benjamin in 1:29, dropped to a 1:26. Emmett in 2, came in 1:27, went 1:25. As I mentioned, Brannon, lane 4, Simon right on his seed, impressive 1:26. All right, and a shout out from the official. Thank you for the volunteers. All right, thanks for joining us. Again, hope you enjoyed the coverage. We are back for the 11-12s after a little break. And then we're back later with the senior recognition. And real quick shout out, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seniors as part of this Westfield YMCA team. They'll be recognized prior to the last session, session 7. Again, we're going to sign off. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care. This is Mike, Common Guy Sports.